You've worked hard to earn and save. Now it's time to make your money work hard for you. This is Empower Your Retirement with Frank and Frankie Guida of A Better Way Financial.
And I'm Heather Branch here with Frank and Frankie Guida talking about ways to help you better prepare for your financial future. ABetterWayFinancial.com is where to start the conversation about your retirement savings plan. We also have links posted in the show notes, or again, find us anytime at ABetterWayFinancial.com. So many people, particularly here in the Lehigh Valley, hard workers, hard savers, but some of us do get a little bit of a later start on saving for retirement for different reasons. Example, comedian Ray Zawodny.
I'm in my 30s, and the closest thing that I have to a retirement plan is that map of the state quarters my grandma left me when she died. And yo, it wasn't even finished. But she left me this map like it was going to change my life. She goes, Ray, all you got to do, finish this, find Maine and Utah. And who knows what this is going to be worth? It's like, who knows? Me, Graham, $12.50. Price of the quarters and the cardboard, I know.
Oh, sweet. Graham was all excited about giving her quarter map to her grandson. Meanwhile, while he hopefully is doing better than just collecting quarters at this guy's point, when it comes to saving for retirement, what are some better ways? The name of your business is A Better Way Financial. So let's talk about better ways for retirees to invest their money than a map of quarters.
You know, Heather, it's so funny because my mom actually did that too.
Oh my gosh, I
got so many old quarters from Grandma. It's amazing.
Oh wow. Mm-hmm.
And she saved the silver dollars too.
Oh, everything.
She's got all that stuff.
Whatever she had, she was saving it.
Yeah, we never checked them to see if they were actually worth a whole bunch more.
You never know.
Or anything,
Oh my gosh.
Well, I figured I'll just put them in a box and time capsule it, and then eventually they'll be worth something.
Can I tell you, my great uncle, my sweet Uncle Tom that I love so much, collected stamps, and I have a trunk. And when I say a trunk, I mean a trunk full of stamps. How am I ever going to get through this thing? But I'm afraid to like toss them or give them away because, you know, there's like that one rare stamp that's going to be.
You never know.
You never know.
Well, yeah.
Heather's pension plan.
and you hear that they might be getting rid of the pennies. So it's like, if they get rid of it, does that make it more or less valuable?
Oh,
and this is the problem with America. This is why none of us can get rid of anything. And we all have all this stuff all over our houses because you never know what something's worth. And here we are. But
I saw a little meme that said it was a nickel looking at a penny saying, nickel for your thoughts.
The expression
it wasn't saying, am I next?
Right?
I think the nickel might be next.
But so weird, odd collections that our great aunts and uncles and grandparents leave us aside. There must be a better way for us to be putting our money to work, guys. Let's talk about realistic options. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. People need to save money for retirement.
Of course.
You know, one of the books I read by Patrick Kelly many years ago, he stated, you know, we should actually be saving 10% of our income throughout our lifetimes. You know, and when people come in and they become our clients, you know, we encourage them to teach their children and their grandchildren to do that as well. Save 10%. You know. And one of the things I like to tell them is, look, these kids go to college or they go to trade school, they start a career, they have never, ever, ever made real money before.
Right.
You know? So whether they start their career making $20,000 a year, $40,000 a year, $60,000 a year, $100,000, whatever it is, they've never made that money before. If they can start by saving 10% per year and keep it up throughout their lifetime, you know, it's easy to start because they never made that money before. You know, so if they train themselves to do it, it's going to be wonderful.
Yeah.
And, you know, when they're doing that throughout their accumulation stages of life, they're looking to grow their money.
Yep.
You know, but things change, though. When you get older and you retire, it's a whole new ballgame.
Yep.
Yeah. As you're saving, it's very important to have the exposure to the market, have the growth, try to get as much accumulation as you can throughout your accumulation stage of life. That's why they call it that, right? You want to accumulate. But as you get to your retirement phase, your distribution phase, you want to make sure that you're changing some of the investment philosophy and not taking all of the risk of the stock market. Because let's say you try to retire in 2007 and then 2008 comes along and your $1 million goes to $500,000 because you have it all in the market. Well, that's not going to work for your retirement. You need to make sure that you have some money that's safe, has no market risk, and some money that has some of that market risk to try to get you the best rate of return. So the better strategies that we use, Better Way Financial, right? So what we're using is we're showing people how to have some of the money invested in the stock market, trying to get the overall growth of the market. Our investment portfolio's done very strong. The market itself has done very strong as well. So it's important to make sure that you're getting that exposure, getting that growth, but also keeping a portion of the portfolio in a safe position where it can't go down when the stock market goes down. Looking at, different cash vehicles like CDs or money markets, savings, checking, things like that. They don't go down, So there's other types of vehicles as well. There's annuities out there that don't lose money. There's fixed annuities that get you a fixed rate of return. There's fixed indexed annuities that are able to get growth when the market goes up, but none of the losses when the market goes down. So we look into the different type of investments that don't lose money when the market crashes. We don't necessarily use those bonds as the safe money investments because, as we've seen in the past, when the stock market has gone down in 2022 and the interest rates were going up, the bonds also went down. Yep. So we want to make sure that if you're going to have safe money, that it is truly safe. It's not going to go down when the stock market goes down or interest rates go up. So that's the plan for having that portfolio. And how do we decide how much to have on each side? It has to do with your personal risk tolerance, finding out how much do you feel comfortable with investing in the market. That number is different for every person. Some people feel, I'm gung-ho on the market. I love investing in the market. Okay, well, that's fine. But we want to keep some of the money safe, too, because when you need that income and the market's down, we don't want to sell low on the market.
Right.
And then there's some people that's like, I hate the market. I lost so much in 2008. I lost so much in 2022. I'm nervous. I'm worried about the market. Okay, well, we don't have to have a large sum of your portfolio in the market, but we do want to have some so you're able to get that growth. So let's put more on the safe side and then have some still on the market risk side. And as you get closer to retirement, a lot of times what we've seen is people have investment portfolios. They have 401ks. But they don't necessarily go through and change them very often. They have that money invested, but they don't look through to see, what happens if the market crashes? How much does my portfolio go down? Wouldn't that be a good thing to know? Learning about how much does my portfolio go down? What is the expected rate of return for my investments? This is information we can provide for you. We can analyze your portfolio over the past 25 years and look and say, here's how your portfolio is done. This is the rate of return that you can expect. And during a major market crash like 2008, this is how much your portfolio would have gone down. So if you want to protect some more of it, let's look at that. Let's look at the options you have and develop a plan for you personalized so that you're able to stay within your personal risk tolerance. So if you haven't had a risk and return analysis done for you, give us a call for your complimentary risk and return analysis, available right now for the next 5 callers. If you're 55 and older and you've saved $500,000 or more for your retirement, give us a call right now for your complimentary risk and return analysis. That number is 610-440-3722. That's 610-440-3722.
Yeah, portfolios are super, super important. Getting the right return that matches your risk tolerance and accomplishes what you're looking to accomplish is super important. We had this fella come in, 61 years old, right from Northampton, old concrete kid, great guy. And, we looked at his portfolio, had a nice sized portfolio, $2.3 million. It was in a moderate risk. It was okay. It was a little over like 6.25%. But when we showed him that he could rearrange his portfolio and actually earn closer to 8.25% and still maintain a moderate portfolio, and when I talk about those numbers and the average of the portfolios, what I'm talking about is we take from the year 2000 till now. And when we looked at that, his current portfolio averaged about 6.25%. We were able to show him how to have a portfolio that had averaged almost 8.25%, like 2% more. And to him, that was like $45,000 a year more on average since the year 2000 with that portfolio.
Wow.
A 2% difference might not sound like a lot, but 2% compounded over a 25-year period, which is like a retirement, that can make a huge difference. I mean, think about it. 45,000 more on average per year. That can really change things. So it's crucial to have the portfolio looked at. See what risk tolerance you're at and make sure that you're getting the most bang for your buck within that risk tolerance.
Yeah.
So we look at it. We look at how do we make sure that your portfolio is working efficiently, and how do we make sure that you're staying within your risk tolerance. And for him in particular, he had a $2.3 million portfolio saved, and he was currently living on about $60,000 of income per year.
Oh, really? Okay.
But he had some goals. He wanted to travel more. He wanted to potentially buy a place down south. He wanted to move and travel. And so we said, okay, well, let's see what we can do to maximize your portfolio and get the most growth that we can within your risk tolerance. And by setting up his portfolio the right way, he was able to live on double that amount of income. So going from $60,000 of income up to $120,000 of after-tax income coming in from his portfolio. So just having that risk and return analysis and having that planning done for him made a difference of $60,000 more each year throughout his retirement. So if you haven't had this risk and return analysis drawn up for you, give us a call for your complimentary risk and return analysis. Call us at 610-440-3722.
What if you could double your income for your retirement? Let's get to work helping you discover what your opportunities might be. Everybody's different, but working to help you find a better way towards your financial future. Obviously, the goal every single day at the office, and ready to help you as well. Again, that number to dial, 610-440-3722. That's 610-440-3722.
Thanks for listening to Empower Your Retirement with Frank and Frankie Guida. To learn more, visit abetterwayfinancial.com.
By contacting us, we'll review aspects of your retirement portfolio to include suggestions about how best to utilize estate, tax, and retirement planning strategies and other financial services, or if changing management styles is appropriate for your specific needs and objectives. Exposure to ideas and financial vehicles discussed should not be considered investment advice or recommendations to buy or sell any financial vehicle. Past performance is not a guarantee of future results. Investments can fluctuate, and when redeemed may be worth more or less than when originally invested. A Better Way Financial is not affiliated with nor endorsed by the Social Security Administration or any other government agency. Annuity guarantees rely on the financial strength and claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. Any client experiences discussed during this show are unique to that client, and they are not meant to imply or suggest you will experience the same results. Advisory services offered through A Better Way Financial. Insurance offered through licensed professionals at A Better Way Financial. Pennsylvania Insurance License number 301779.